Hi, my name is Arfie Ghedi, and this is Group 3's ad presentation.
It's time to play.
Time to go to work.
Wow, how amazing is this?
Fairy tale.
You can do this, Serena, come on!
Let's go.
It can happen to you
Great job!
if you're young at heart.
Stronger.
Faster! Higher! Perfect!
For it's hard
What
you
y'all do?
will
What y'all
find to be narrow of mind.
Hold it.
If
Hold it.
you're young at heart.
Keep on going!
And if you should survive to 105, look at all you derive just by being alive. Now here is the best part. You have a head start if you are amongst the very young at heart.
I'm going to give you some background about the Gatorade company and their intent of this commercial. Their commercial, Never Lose the Love, shows the stories of Serena Williams, Paul George, Usain Bolt, and April Ross, all who are athletes and all who have been participants in the Olympics. This ad highlights their dedication and relentless enthusiasm as they carried on to their adulthood. This ad also brings life and demonstrates what it means to work hard and the end results.
I thought the Gatorade commercial, Never Lose the Love, was very uplifting. It was very good to see black people portrayed in a positive light in the media, especially black men spending quality time with what could have been perceived as their children.
The alarm clock imagery represents the athlete's inner child, waking them up, and it serves as a source of encouragement for the athlete to continue their day. The inner child reference throughout the commercial shows that even when an athlete feels like they can't push forward, they can always reach back inside themselves and find the love for the sport that they once had. There are close-ups throughout the commercial of the athlete sweating and straining, and you can hear their inner child telling them to move stronger, faster, higher, and perfect. All of these serve as reminders that you can always coach yourself through your tough times, and that is how you get to the finish line.
Athletes are the target audience of Gatorade's Never Lose the Love. Because Gatorade commands almost half of the sports drink market and is a recognizable household name, they have become synonymous with athleticism and sports in general. It also helps that they are endorsed by some of the most famous athletes in the world, like those we see in the ad. The ads are thus targeted towards athletes and are usually inspirational, conveying a message of, if you drink Gatorade, you can be like Usain Bolt. The use of athletes of color and female athletes is another effort to convey succeeding despite obstacles and doing well with Gatorade.
This commercial success saw Gatorade sales being at their highest since 2012. This had a lot to do with the ad being aired during the Olympics, which saw a lot of people wishing to be like the Olympians they saw on TV.
Luckily, the message that Gatorade was trying to convey was actually received by the audience. The inner child was able to capture the hearts of viewers, allowing them to visualize their own inner self. This ad was heartwarming and created an emotional response that later led to the Wall Street Journal crowning this ad commercial one of the most likable Olympic ads ahead of Rio 2016. There wasn't any negative feedback, maybe because, regardless of the character's race, everyone can relate to having an inner child.
Quiet and action. Let's get one thing straight. I never tell you to drink Sprite, even if I was in a commercial for Sprite, which I am, or you were watching it, which you are. I wouldn't tell you to drink it, no matter what that cue card says.
Bro, man, say it.
No. Even if you just eating tacos with extra hot sauce, and you were holding an extra cold Sprite, and for some reason, you're waiting for me to tell you to drink it, I still wouldn't tell you to drink that thirst-quenching Sprite. Even if this were a metaphor about Sprite, and I was talking about Sprite, and Little Yachty here was paid by Sprite to write lyrics about Sprite.
Call like a Sprite soda. Call like a Sprite soda.
I still wouldn't tell you to drink Sprite. And even if all these cool influencer people were holding one, I still wouldn't tell you to drink a cool, crisp, refreshing lemon lime Sprite. I'd ask you, you want a Sprite?
The Sprite ad commercial, Wanna Sprite, featured LeBron James among many other influential artists. And the intent of this campaign is to encourage the idea that we all have a choice, and it's important to stay true to yourself despite any situation or circumstance. LeBron James has been with the Sprite company for over 13 years, and he believes and enforces the ideologies of this company.
Hashtag Wanna Sprite was an advertisement that felt very classically Sprite. It felt like an advertisement that I had seen many times before, but it was still funny and enjoyable to see celebrities that I recognized.
I thought that the Sprite commercial was actually very funny and very clever in the fact that they wouldn't directly tell you to drink Sprite, but in more ways than one they did.
The Sprite ad shows Sprite as a cool soda. It features several different trendy people like different social media influencers. It uses the bandwagon advertising technique to suggest that if you drink Sprite, you'll be more pop culture.
In this Sprite commercial, the use of images was vast. The concept of inception was used widely within the commercial within a commercial concept. LeBron breaks the fourth wall throughout the commercial and recognizes that he's actually in a commercial, but refuses to vouch for Sprite and encourage all of the characters in the commercial, such as Eugene with the taco, to drink Sprite. LeBron also goes against authority to appeal to the younger demographics watching the commercials, such as social media influencers and rappers like Lil Yachty. The bright colors and use of warm weather also hints at appealing to a younger demographic.
The target audience of Sprite's hashtag Wanna Sprite is the youth market. Sprite has been marketing towards teenagers since the 80s after it was realized that the soda was most popular with young people. The ads have always featured prominent black celebrities such as LL Cool J and A Tribe Called Quest in the 90s, and Lil Yachty and Drake more recently. The use of a hashtag as their newest slogan and the appearance of social media influencers in the ad is another example of Sprite marketing towards teenagers and a younger, social media-driven market.
The outcome of this ad was that the Coca-Cola company saw a 3% increase in sales because of the raise in Sprite sales. Aside from this, Sprite continues to be a popular brand among young audiences, and they continue to employ popular artists, sports stars, and celebs in their advertisements as a means to reaching the younger people.
The specific commercial we chose did not receive any type of negative feedback. With famous basketball player LeBron James and rapper Lil Yachty, the audience in which Sprite intended to address took the message fairly well. As Sprite researchers have concluded, the most liked role models in the African American community are basketball players and rappers. So this particular ad didn't receive backlash. However, Sprite has gotten ridiculed for its overtly sexist ad campaigns. Lines like, "She's seen more ceilings than Michelangelo," or "You're not popular, you're easy," all reflect the blatant misogynistic advertisements. Sprite received many angry comments and eventually issued an apology. Although Sprite has a history of gearing its products toward urban black people, it neglects to respect women while doing so.
So beautiful for spacious skies, por tus olas de granos ámbar, yo piscina sakote.
Sa ibabaw ng mga prutas,
America, America, God shed His grace on thee. Or bahijare ke saath taj tera cha, tu la mer brilla.
Berat tu verrière tirotard,
From sea to shining sea.
Together is Beautiful was featured in this year's Super Bowl, and it highlights and celebrates the cultural and ethnic diversity in America. The Coca-Cola Company intends to bring unity among this nation and recognizes the great ethnic groups that contribute to the United States' success and development. This commercial demonstrates and provides a great example of the magic that happens in our country. Many people from all over the world come to this great country to work, to bring and offer something different, which makes us unify as a nation.
The Coca-Cola ad is different in that it was inspirational, but it was also heartwarming to see so many Americans of so many different backgrounds represented in ways that didn't stereotype them.
I like the Coca-Cola commercial because it shows a positive depiction of diversity in America. The commercial encourages the idea that America is a country that supports all people, people of all ethnicities, social classes, sexualities, etc.
The imagery within this Coca-Cola commercial was definitely vast. The song America the Beautiful, which is definitely a staple in American culture, was sung in numerous languages throughout the commercial. Various landscapes such as natural waterways, mountains, and canyons could be viewed throughout the commercial also. Different cultures such as Latino families were shown enjoying Coca-Cola products in a mom-and-pop restaurant owned by another Latino family. Families such as a gay couple with their child, a Muslim family enjoying their time in Chinatown, and breakdancers and tap dancers from different nationalities all hinted at the fact that Coca-Cola and American culture is diverse in every way.
Unlike Sprite, Coca-Cola's target audience is much more broad. Because the brand is just about the most recognizable brand in the world, they direct most of their effort into appealing to as many people as possible. This is evident in Together is Beautiful because of the wide variety of ethnic backgrounds, genders, and sexualities that are present. Marketing towards the most people possible brings out a theme of inclusivity and togetherness in the Coca-Cola ad.
Coca-Cola's ad drew some backlash from English-speaking Americans, which in turn allowed a massive circulation online through social media and comment boards, giving the brand more publicity.
The feedback and controversy Together is Beautiful spawned was a great depiction of the strong effort to uphold white supremacy in America. Americans lashing out at Americans, all because they sincerely believe patriotic American songs should only be sung in English. Social media attacked Coca-Cola and explained that this ad is a disgrace. A disgrace? Isn't America known as the melting pot? Together is beautiful, but not all English-speaking viewers felt the same. Some felt it was too controversial because the song was morphed into several different languages. Others felt it was an appropriate appeal to multiculturalism.